Well, here we go. Kickoff just about underway, and here it is. Homecoming night for the Wildcats to start. There is Gaines with the reception. He's trying to find some room. He might have a little bit of a hole, and he's going to hurdle a man right at around the 35-yard line and step out right there. So that's where Kennedy McGill and the Wildcats offense will take over here at their own 35-yard line. Flanagan behind him. It's a 4-wide receiver set. And awaiting the snap here is McGill. This one going to be an option play that McGill will keep himself. And you know the Wildcats love to get that going, and already moving the sticks here, it looks like, for the Wildcats. So a nice gain there by McGill on the quarterback. Hill taking the snap. Hill set back to pass. That is tipped at the line, but it looks like it might have been caught. Wow, look at that.
Wow, an incredible play made there. You just got to give him credit.
There in most situations with 4 downs to work with. Here is Knable. Surveying. He's launching deep down the field. He's got a step, but that one is going to be intercepted.
And what did we say, ladies and gentlemen? I don't want to say that lightning strikes twice, but it just did.
And that is... Here is McGill. The Hydra set in the backfield with Daniels and Flanagan. This one is going to be a keeper from McGill, who's going to find a hole. And McGill showing off the wheels, so he's going to move the chains again for the Wildcats.
And did I mention that he leads this team in rush?
To the left of McGill here. McGill stepping back, surveying the field. He is going to try and make something happen with his legs. He's firing down the field. Wow. He's got a man open, and that is a Wildcat touchdown.
Just like that, Kennedy McGill makes you think he's going one way, and then the arm comes out shining. You love to see a Wildcat touchdown, and you love to see it coming in the final hours of the first quarter.
Yeah, and there is Darius Morrison with the touchdown reception. McGill just rolling out, and a great throw on the run, right on the money. Times in press conferences and meetings, and, well, you know, clearly some changes were made.
Yeah, you got to respect the coaching staff's ability to recognize where they're wrong.
And there is Britton who knocks that one through, so 7-0 for the Wildcats. The Mustangs going to be looking to respond here soon. We are going to take a quick break here on the Wildcat Sports Radio Network.
On that last drive, we saw something a little bit interesting there. 3 in, and we get ready for 4 here with 45 on the clock.
So the kick is up and away, and that one is going to fly out of bounds, and that will be a kicking violation on the Wildcats.
Hate to see the clip.
Drive. 45 seconds left here in the first quarter. The Wildcats up 7-0. The handoff here to March, as March is going to try and find some room, and he goes absolutely nowhere. There he is, the big Lloyd hammer in there on the stop.
You love to see again.
Christian Alazzi steps into the game, but the ball will not go to him. This is a little end around, and that is a big hit there on the sideline. That was Dylan Harden, the 5'8", 160-pound redshirt freshman out of Frisco, Texas, in there for the Mustangs. So the drive keeps moving here for the Mustangs, and that is going to be a handoff and a lot of room to work as he hurdles a man, tries to stay up. And that was Alazzi who stepped into the game. A great run there by the young man. Definitely be good in D2 football to have 2 quarterbacks that can get it done. Here is Duncan rolling out. It looks like he's going to pass. He is the lefty quarterback and finds a man in the back of the end zone for a touchdown. So touchdown here for the Mustangs as they even things out. That was Jalen Robertson, the big tight end, on the reception. So
now waiting the attempt.
The kick is up, and it is good. So this game here tied at 7-7. The Wildcats going to get the ball back here and try to respond. We're going to take a quick break here. Be back in about 30 seconds on the Wildcat Sports Radio Network. Not about, exactly 12 minutes and 13 seconds left to play.
Yeah.
And here is the kickoff. This one caught by Grable, trying to find a lane, and he will be snuffed out at about the 30-yard line. So that's where McGill and the
power guy come to that field.
And Daniel-centric drive here as he stays in the game. The ball comes to play, passing down. He's got a man wide open. That is a Wildcat touchdown.
Just like that, he's in a wild team is made there.
The PAT up and through. See if he can get that done here for the Wildcats. And here comes the snap. The kick is up, and it is right on through. So 14-7 here for the Wildcats. 10 minutes and 39 seconds remain in the first half of play. We will be right back here on the Wildcat Sports Radio Network in about 30 seconds. I don't think it's quite a baseball advantage in terms of the righty-lefty differences, but certainly has to play a bit of a factor, as that one will be fair caught here. Field and McGill here taking the snap. Surveying, he's going to launch to Cook, who runs down on a little hitch route. That one's going to gain about 5, so bring up about 3rd and 10 here for the Wildcats after the completion. Here is McGill. Taking the snap. This one handed off to Flanagan as he is going to walk into the end zone right there, right through the gap. Nobody's going to touch him. He is going to walk basically untouched to the end zone. Touchdown Wildcats as they extend this lead here.
Forward quicker than you've seen before.
And here is Britton to try and go 3 for 3 on the night, and he is going to do it. So 21-7 here, your Wildcats lead in their homecoming game. The Mustangs looking to respond before halftime. We will be right back here on the Wildcat Sports Radio Network. Call here from the Mustangs to try and keep this drive going.
Speaking of guts, you got to protect him here.
Duncan with a throw to the flat that is a good move there by the Mustangs, evading the tackles. And Adam Johnson, the Washington native, making his return and making a couple man miss along the way. So a great job there to evade the first couple of hits. So the sophomore trying to solidify his spot here on this roster. The kick is up, and it looks like it has the distance. Does it have the accuracy? It does not. Just pushed a little to the left.
Let's
so
see if we get a replay of
Redding
that
with a good attempt there. That's a long field goal, especially here in D2 football. Remember, Matthew Duncan in the game here, so Knable will not come out for the first drive. This one is going to be a handoff. Bowls over a man for a decent gain there on first down. A gain of about 3 there. March on the carry. He only touched the ball for a touchdown. So barring the extra point here, a one-possession game in order, as that one is going to be good. And the Mustangs quickly silencing this Tomlinson Stadium crowd as the score is now 14-21 here. And it's Flanagan and Gaines back there to receive. Flanagan will take it, and Flanagan trying to find a hole. You know he's good at doing that, and there is Flanagan rumbling down, and Flanagan setting up the Wildcats in excellent field position as he stumbles out of bounds at about the 36-yard line. So the Wildcats already in enemy territory, and that is not
yet.
Here is Kennedy McGill in the pistol. Flanagan's behind him. Flanagan will receive the ball again and burl forward for about 5 yards there.
Yeah, steak and potato dinner. That's what they're handing to Flanagan right now. He's earned it at this point. He gets everything he wants if the Wildcats are able to punch it in with 4 fresh downs in the red zone.
And here is McGill. Flanagan's in motion across the line. McGill in the empty. This is going to be what was looking like a screen pass to Flanagan, but it won't be, and it is a Kennedy McGill keeper and a Kennedy McGill touchdown.
Just like that, ladies and gentlemen, another Kennedy McGill touchdown. He runs it in.
So the Wildcats quickly responding on their own terms as Britton's kick is up, and Britton's kick is good. And the Wildcats now lead 28-14 here in Tomlinson Stadium. We will take a quick break to see the Mustangs respond. Good game, definitely giving this homecoming crowd for the Wildcats a good show, as here is the kickoff. And this one, fielded by Midwestern State. No knee this time as he's going to try and find a lane. Not able to get a whole lot there. He gets past the 25-yard line, stopped at about the 26, and that is where
Williams red zone. I think Kennedy McGill just did the rest for him.
And here is a handoff to Flanagan. Flanagan, not a whole lot to it right there. Good job by Midwestern State to stop him in his tracks, which has not been the case so far tonight. He was right. McGill takes the snap. This, another handoff to Daniels. Daniels trying to bounce it outside. He finds a little bit of a hole, but not a whole lot there. So that's going to bring up 3rd down and about 7 for the Wildcats.
Yeah, Daniels kind of.
Here is McGill. A man in motion. McGill takes the direct snap, and McGill is going to walk into the end zone. McGill with his 2nd rushing touchdown of the night, and the Mustangs unable to stop the Wildcats on 4th down. That is going to extend this Wildcats lead to 5. I'm quite confused.
Yeah.
And here is Britton up for the kick. That one is going to be good. Britton goes 5 for 5 on the PATs, and the Wildcats go up 35-14 here in the 3rd quarter. 3 minutes and 44 seconds
in this 3rd quarter of action.
Narrowly escaping the grasp of Josiah Cochran right there. The grasp, excuse me. And stopped up right here is going to be Alazi. So Alazi steps back into the game. He had the one good run earlier for 21 yards. Has been pretty quiet since then. And so the holding call on Central Washington will set up about 2nd and 9. McGill in the pistol here. This one is going to be a handoff to Daniels, who will start rumbling forward. And he keeps going as the pile is getting pushed along. Can't tell which direction it's going, but it looks like backwards at the end right there. So a gain of about 4 or 5 right. So the grab on Grable costing the Mustangs right here as McGill stands in the shotgun. The Wildcats, he's going to hand this one off to Flanagan, who is going to bowl in for another Wildcat touchdown. So 41-14 as the route is on here in Tomlinson Stadium, and the hopes of any victory for the Mustangs. So to try and keep his perfect streak alive, going to be a little more difficult here for Cooper Britton. He's 5 for 5 tonight. This one is up. It's got the distance, and it is good. So Britton put to the test right there, and he is a perfect 6 for 6 on the PATs tonight. You got to think the game momentum could have shifted, but they gave up the big kick return that resulted in a touchdown. This one is a bit of a squib kick that's going to be kneeled down by the man who appears to be everywhere tonight, Alazi. His defensive side is Duncan, showing the anger right there. It's been a frustrating game for the Mustangs.
Whoa, pitch play.
There was a pitch over to March, who's going to find a little bit of room. He gets forward for about 5 yards. The clock keeps ticking. We are down to almost within 6 minutes left to play here in this game.
Anyhow.
Yeah, good one. And here is Duncan, who is back. Clean pocket. He fires over the middle, and that is going to be complete. So Duncan
making something out of nothing there. Great
yeah,
play.
That was DeMonte Green, who's been a little quiet tonight for Green and Duncan. Duncan here in the shotgun. Surveying. He's going to fire towards the end zone again. This one a 50-50 jump ball that he might have just come down with. That is an incredible catch if that's the case, and they're going to call a touchdown. Wow, that was an incredible grab by DeMonte Green.
We got to get the replay of that one. That was baffling to watch. You definitely
get there, though.
Yeah. There's all kinds of stuff going on here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, as you take a look across Tomlinson Stadium. Steve Hertling Field at Tomlinson Stadium, if you will.
Joe Carlson here. And I tell you, that man looks a little bigger than 6'1". Am I wrong, Ryan?
No, he kind of area of the world that you're in, and you have to go play football in Texas. It makes you look good. A squib?
And that's going to be fair caught
yeah.
by Tanner Volk, who's had his hands on the football a couple of
You get him enough pressure. He's like, hey, I'm gone.
Right, but McGill, again, only a sophomore, so the best yet to come from Kennedy McGill, who already looks like, he leads the LSC in efficiency as a quarterback. He almost leads in rushing. He is third in touchdown throws. He might be first after tonight. We will see.
Yeah.
But, again, Kennedy McGill, he's playing like the MVP of the LSC right now.
No, oh, man. Dude, let me tell you, Cash. There's no doubt in my mind, as of right now, that you have to give it to Kennedy McGill. Not only has he been one of the most prolific passing quarterbacks in the league, he leads the